Hey, all right, guys. Awesome. Welcome to Under the Library. You are officially here with us. I got Gavin. I got Dale. I am Guy Garth, and you are with us here.
We've been having a lot of fun on this show.
We have. It
Yeah.
has been a blast so far.
It's my first time actually here. The first two shows, I was gone.
Yeah.
I won't tell you why because you'll hear a little bit later on in the show. But I was gone, so it's my first time actually being on the show today, so I'm super excited to be here.
And we're super excited to have you back, of course.
Oh,
Exactly.
thank you.
It's very nice to have you back.
Thanks.
And finally have the trio
Yeah,
all
it's like
around.
our little family here.
This is it. This is
our
it,
little
you guys.
family.
So, you know, we have a pretty awesome show lined up for you guys today. It's full of conspiracies. It's full of cooking. It's full of musical events that you're going to want to go to for sure. So why don't we just get right into this, guys, huh? It's about time, right?
It is time. Gavin, what do you got?
Yeah, so like Guy said, cooking. We are going to start with a cooking segment. I really like cookies. Do you guys like cookies?
Love 'em.
cookies.
Good.
Cookies.
That's the right answer. That is the right answer. Cookies are good. My alternate ego is Cookie Monster, so I like eating cookies. I like baking cookies. So I baked some cookies, and I decided to teach you guys how to make these cookies. This is a traditional Swedish cookie called vanillekakor, and it's really yummy. You guys are going to be able to learn all about it and hopefully make it yourself as well. Hello and welcome to the Baking Break with Gavin. Today, we'll be making vanillekakor, which is a traditional Swedish cookie. This recipe is very butter heavy. We're putting in a full cup of butter, which is 2 sticks, and mixing it up until it has a nice, smooth texture. Then, we will begin to gradually add the powdered sugar and mix that in. We want to make sure everything is very well mixed, so it may take a few minutes until the sugar completely dissolves. Now, Swedish people really love baked goods. Every day, Swedes have fika, which is a time to drink coffee and eat cookies and pastries. It's basically the Swedish equivalent of a British tea time. The vanillekakor is one of my favorite cookies for fika. After the powdered sugar is fully mixed in with the butter, it's time to add 1 large egg yolk and some vanilla. We'll post the full recipe on our Facebook page, so make sure to check that out for complete measurements. After everything is mixed, begin to add in the flour for the finishing touch on the dough. Do this slowly so everything mixes perfectly. Then, start to form a ball with the dough. Don't be afraid to get messy, that's what a sink is for. Once the dough is ready, go ahead and make gumball-sized balls and lay them out on your cookie sheet. Then, use your thumb to make imprints. Afterward, fill your imprints with your choice of jam. Now, you can throw them in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. Once they're done, go ahead and take them out to let them cool. Enjoy! Alright, do you guys want to try those cookies?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Perfect, because I have some right here.
Oh my goodness, that's so good.
The best cookie,
The best
I've ever
cookie
had
in
in my
town.
life.
Weren't they
Yes,
so good?
they were.
Oh man, the
vanillekakor.
best cookies
Best in town.
on earth.
They were better fresh, to be honest.
Yeah,
but-
I would
That's
say
just my
so.
opinion.
A couple weeks ago,
Fresh,
you
I
know,
mean.
but-
Yeah, 3 weeks
all
ago,
good.
much better.
Yeah, it's okay though. I mean, you still get the general feeling of eating Swedish cookies.
Holiday cookie treats.
Holiday
Spirit of
cookie
it.
treats,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Drinking
of
some
course.
coffee and just dunking that vanilla core right into it.
That's right. Coffee, cookies.
Man.
Oh, I am
Oh.
living the dream.
Are we in Stockholm right now?
Straight
we?
up fika time right now, you guys.
Is it fika time?
Fika
What is
time.
fika time?
Fika time. Fika is coffee time in Sweden. It's like tea time, but with coffee and pastries.
It almost
Most
feels.
people do that.
Oh my goodness, they have fika time like 20 times per day.
Ooh,
Like, I don't know how
saucy.
they're not just nonstop. You
Maybe
know?
they are.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, for me, I enjoyed that cookie so much. I decided I want to go to Sweden and try the real thing.
Why not? Naturally.
So I went to Sweden, and I enjoyed all of the Swedish stuff. You guys want to see some pictures of Sweden?
Yes.
Alright.
Actually, yeah. Let's do. Let's see
Let's
what you
look
got.
at some pictures of Sweden then.
Stockholm, Sweden.
Yes.
Okay. So tell us about it.
Day one, I went to Stockholm. I just kind of looked around the city. It was awesome. It was cold, as you guys can see. Like, it was crazy. But in Stockholm, they have a museum called the Vasa Museum, and it's basically a giant Viking warship that sunk in like 1600 or something. And when they brought it back up from the ocean floor, it was like in perfect condition still. So there was a giant museum all dedicated to it.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty great. And then Gamla stan is the old market area of Stockholm. So it's all these old buildings. That's where the royal palace is as well. And you're able to tour the royal palace, which is so cool. Just seeing all the artwork, seeing all the architecture. It's awesome. Of course, there's mirrors. So I had to take a mirror selfie. I called it the royal mirror selfie. So it was great. That's
Hashtag royal selfie.
Hashtag
mirror
royal
selfie.
mirror selfie, of course. After my first few days in Stockholm, I went to Västervik, which is a small town about 2 hours outside of Stockholm. It's where my great aunt lived. So we went there for a few days. They have a troll garden, so we went and hiked up to this troll garden in the snow. It was really cold, but it was kind of cool. They have all these weird trolls and elves there. So that was a lot of fun. There were so many ruins as well, which was super cool because I am a huge history geek. So I got to see all of the ruins. It was awesome. And I also went to Uppsala, which is also about an hour outside of Stockholm. And Uppsala is the home of the largest cathedral in all of Scandinavia. So we got to be able to see that. We got to go in. It was so cool. There were like dead bodies there, which is kind of
Wow.
weird from years and years
I
ago.
wasn't
yeah.
expecting that.
Which was crazy. But as a hockey fan, of course, if I'm going to Sweden, I have to go to hockey games. So I went to 2 different hockey games. I went to the Stockholm versus Västervik game, and then I went to Västervik versus Team La as well. Västervik won both times, so I am now a new lifelong Västervik fan.
So do you like?
Of course.
Do you like it? Is it similar to NHL? Is it the speed? Is it there?
Yeah, so it's similar to NHL. They're not quite as fast as NHL players, but I will say they have the international rink sizes, so it's a lot bigger than the NHL rinks, which was really cool to see. So that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that probably the most out of everything. And then I also really enjoyed the castles. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
I spent one day in Malmo, and I thought it was gorgeous.
Malmo? Oh, what an American way of saying Malmer.
Malmer. By Malmo, I mean Malmer, obviously.
Malmer.
So I obviously know where I went. That's good. I had a
like
wonderful
Malmo, it's
plate of
okay.
Italian food, and I was living it up.
I will say Swedes love their Italian food.
I
Really.
know.
They really like lasagna and they really like pizza. You can get those at any restaurant.
See, I love hearing about this stuff because about as far as I go is St. Louis.
Yeah,
So that's
right.
it's a beautiful place. I love it a lot, but I'd like to visit Sweden every once in a while.
Yeah,
if I
St.
could.
Louis just doesn't have the history that Sweden
I
has,
don't
you know?
That's where jazz was invented.
It's
St.
very
Louis
true.
or Sweden?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. I got a lot.
St. Louis, Sweden.
I got a lot of
Yeah,
useless
the new town.
St. Louis facts for everybody that would make it seem unique, but that's what it is.
It was
Nice.
great.
Well-
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, pardon me.
Gosh.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like you had a fantastic time. And coming up, we have conspiracies.
Oh.
We have interesting people,
Very.
places and things, including us.
Yeah.
So stay with us as we come back on Under the Library.
All right, so we love conspiracies here at Under the Library. Our very own Guy Garth is a huge conspiracy theorist, so he is here to tell you about the Antarctic Conspiracy.
Thank you, Dale and Gavin, and I am the Conspiracy Weatherman. Throughout the rest of our time here at Under the Library, I'll be delving into the world of conspiracies and their legitimacy, their ignorance, and straight up craziness. Today, I'm going to take a look at something with a beginning and end, but in the middle is the why and how. The story begins on February 23rd, 2018, with multiple sources on YouTube speaking of a cloud anomaly on Google Earth where the line had clearly been seen going from the North Pole down to the South Pole. Particularly Tyler, with his YouTube channel Secure Team 10, captured this as it was happening after being tipped off by a great Samaritan online. As you can see, the line begins somewhere close to the northern part and stretches almost 13,000 miles down to the South America and ending close to the tip of Antarctica. Now, this was not reported much unless you read any website with the word daily attached to its name or enjoy YouTube for all its odd alien type channels. So, let's fast forward to just a few days back on March 3rd, 2018, where Tyler had broken yet another odd story of an object that seemed to have crash landed onto the surface of a small mountainous island off the coast of Antarctica, then sliding across the surface 1,000 meters. Yes, in length, this object alone is 180 feet long, cigar-shaped, and has been there long enough to collect snow, but not long enough for the harsh winds to blow away the track it left behind post-crash. What's interesting to me is the fact that this crash had landed specifically in the South Georgia, South Sandwich Islands, and has no reason to be where it is. It seemed to have landed and spread debris at the crash site and left a blatant scar on the surface where it landed. But with the facts presented, there is yet to be a real reason behind the object being where it is and why it happened to land in such a random piece of ice. Personally, I think you could almost directly associate the line on Google Earth a couple weeks back to the object potentially ending where the mysterious line stops. As far as the middle and where this thing actually came from, I really only have crazy ideas. But recently, I heard Putin tested some missiles and submarines capable of going undetected by radar and spanning incredible distances of Earth. Could this be a crash site for a test? I'll let you guys decide.
Whoa.
That was a lot. I didn't even know about this conspiracy theory.
No, sometimes I prefer not knowing because that's like really heavy and
I know.
kind of freaking me out right now.
Man, Putin,
That man can mount a horse.
He can
I don't
mount
know.
a horse.
That was obvious
He
to
can
me.
mount a horse. He can fire missiles, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fight a tiger. That guy does it all, including having some kind of contact with UFOs. So good for him.
Apparently, way to go, man.
Yeah, way to go. Wow. Yeah, I'm a little shocked. So I'm going to take a break. You probably need one as well. When we come back, we're actually going to meet some of the salt of the earth right here on Under the Library. Well, Guy and Gavin, we are going from conspiracies to more weird stuff. We're going to talk about wooks. This is a wook. A wook is similar to a hippie, but not really. Oh, hey, Wook Cat, how you doing? He's a good guy. Let's leave him out of this. But back to this fine specimen right here. He can hear you, obviously. He's got the ears. So the reality of the situation, these are not hippies. Hippies are good people that care about the earth and others. The wook, on the other hand, cares more about intoxication and taking things and consumption, you know. So wooks take without returning. They borrow anything and everything. They will sleep on any couch or tent. Doesn't really matter when or where. They're a very unique breed, very similar to my brother. I call him a corporate wook, but, you know, we'll leave that one up to you. Let's talk about Tom, though. Tom is a special kind of wook. Tom is a summer camp wook. Everyone who's ever been to summer camp knows Tom. Now, Tom is special, though, because Tom is, of course, Gavin's soulmate. Tom, doctor, he's got a lot going for him. Something real tasty working right now, obviously. He's got a lot working there, obviously. The wook is a dangerous, dangerous person. You need to be careful. You need to be aware of the wook. And that's why I brought this to you today. Guy, Gavin, what do you guys think? I mean, you ready for this?
Holy cow. Did you see Tom?
Dr. Tom is just, seems like a bit of a handful. Would you agree?
I mean...
Do you think he's a real doctor?
I would think so.
I don't know, Dale. That's a little freaky to me.
Anybody can be a doctor if they work hard enough, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, you know, yes, cleanliness does usually go along with being a doctor, but I guess if you like to be a wook in your free time, then you want to be a wook in your free time.
He's probably only spread like 4 diseases to his patients, so it's I mean, I would say that's okay.
I think that's okay too.
That's
And
all
I
right.
also wonder about his pin collection, just how many pins that man has.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, so, well, needless to say, that was a very
Well,
interesting
something.
segment about a group of people that we don't really get to see too often. So, thank you very much for that, Dale, and we'll see you back here in a minute. And welcome back to Under the Library with our special segment, Beneath the Bookshelf. And we're going to be speaking with Cree, who is on the Daytime Duo, very popular show associated with Met Media. So why don't we bring Cree on here real quick.
Cree Chavez, how are you doing?
So what's happening?
Oh my goodness, you made it.
I made it. I
It's a wild
slid
ride in
on.
here.
Woo!
Yeah. Oh
I'm
my
good.
goodness.
How are you guys?
We're doing great, thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Absolutely, thanks for coming
Yes,
on
thank
here.
you very
Of
much.
course.
So, you know, as I actually just recently found out here, I want to figure out a little bit about you. So, you have some ties to St. Louis, huh?
Yeah, my mom and like her entire family are from St. Louis. Basically, she came to Denver on like a vacation, and she met my dad, and it was a wrap. He like
rest
sealed
was
the
history.
deal.
Yeah.
And just
Good
sent
for
her a
him.
ticket, and she moved out here. And so I go to visit like every other summer whenever I can, and it's so I like it better than Denver, honestly.
Do you really?
I do. I feel like
What
it's
about the
so much
humidity?
more fun. I mean, I feel like my hair, like my curly hair, does better in humidity.
Oh my
And
goodness.
Colorado is so dry, so I really like it. Like every time I go out there, it's like lit. It's a fun time.
You know,
Every
it
time
is
I go
fun.
out there, I end up with a poofy hair. It's crazy.
But it's
I
fun.
love that. I do like that because you might be the first person that I've ever heard say that you don't mind the humidity and
I
you actually
know.
enjoy it when you go to St. Louis.
Your skin like glows. In Houston, my skin was like glowing. I love humidity places.
Well, you know, you also told me that you have not yet been to a Cardinal game, which
I
for
haven't.
me, I might be the biggest Cardinal fan that you know. And
Yes.
next time you go to St. Louis, you got to promise me that you're going to go to a Cardinal
I
game.
want to go. I really do want to go. I've been to like a couple Rockies games. I used to work for the Rockies. Dark time. In like the food
feel
stands when it's like 90 degrees. So I haven't like really been to many like games like as a fan, just more like working, which was horrible. So I definitely do want to check it out when I do go there. Hopefully this summer.
The whole downtown area is based around that stadium. It is so much fun.
beautiful.
Yeah, it is. So you and I met working on Daytime Duo. I was behind the scenes. You're up front. Why don't you give our watchers, our audience, massive crowd that it is, give us a taste of what you guys do on Daytime Duo.
So basically, it's just like a talk show. It's kind of more centered around entertainment and like fashion. We do try to keep it kind of local to the school with like our interview people that we have on, just to kind of showcase like the arts within Denver, because I feel like a lot of news shows don't really kind of showcase that aspect of Denver. And I feel like it's what really makes Denver so vibrant, especially with like all these people moving here and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm so glad that I'm a part of it.
I have enjoyed working behind the scenes. It really, and especially over the last year, like I've seen you and Emma grow so much. It really has been fun to watch and be a part of.
Yeah, so Dale has a few ties to Daytime Duo. I was lucky enough to be a guest on your show
Yes, she
2 weeks
was.
ago now, 3 weeks ago. And you set me up on a lovely blind date.
Best dates ever.
story.
It was fantastic. If you guys don't know who Tamel is,
Oh, Tim.
Mail-
BFF.
Mailman,
Look
everybody.
him
Here's your
up.
shout out.
He's great. He's great. But you set me up on a date with Tamel. What made you think that Tamel and I would be good together?
I mean, we
Oh,
kind of
goodness.
knew that it wouldn't work out, but we thought that'd be perfect for like TV. We knew it'd be perfect, just because he's so just like funny and like he just doesn't care. He's like truly himself. And I was just like, this is gonna be perfect. This is gonna be perfect. I know they're gonna hate it, but it's gonna be great for TV. So yeah, I was.
It
like,
was.
perfect.
You were right.
Perfect.
It was very good. It was hilarious. I will tell you right now, it was hilarious.
So, what do you think about the Oscars most recently? We got to talk a little bit about entertainment since I got you right next to me. So, how do you think it all worked out in the end? You know.
I have not seen Shape of Water. The only one I've actually seen is Get Out. Honestly.
Yeah, and that movie was pretty incredible.
And it was dope.
Yeah, it
So I'm
was.
really glad it won something. I knew it wouldn't win like Best Picture, but I'm glad Jordan Peele won like Best Screen.
Original screenplay.
Original
Yeah.
screenplay, absolutely.
So I'm really happy for that. Other than that, I didn't really know like the other movies, so I'm just happy that that one won. So I'm good
Nice.
with these results.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
Fair enough. So, what I've done a few times on Under the Library, Beneath the Bookcase, I will ask random questions, kind of like a 20 question style. Just fire off whatever you think first, all right?
Okay.
So you're a lady of the town. It's midnight. You're all primed up. Where do you go to eat?
I'm on a budget, so like McDonald's.
Oh my goodness.
It's also midnight, so what's really open?
I know what's really open.
Right, okay,
all
fair enough.
day, you know.
Well, then what do you get at midnight?
I feel like a McGriddle would be like
That is
best.
right in my heart. I love that.
They're very slept on. I feel like that's the best thing at McDonald's is the McGriddle.
Okay.
Personally.
And you're right. They are slept on, and because that is the best thing they have. So number 2, what are you listening to right now? What's in your CD player, your MP3? What are you listening to right now?
Right now, it's probably something ratchet.
Oh my goodness, she's
Oh, I
trying.
don't have
This
my
is
phone.
great.
I don't have my phone with me, but it's probably Beyonce.
Oh.
Probably. I'm just gonna. That's pretty much what I always listen
Go-to?
Anyway. Yeah, that's my go-to.
Okay.
So
So-
the last one I have. What is your favorite movie of all time?
Ooh, Titanic. That's easy.
Oh,
Really?
why?
I love Titanic.
Titanic.
Yes, I love Titanic. I was just watching it. I literally watched it like back to back because it came on back to back.
Oh,
I
nice.
love it. It literally makes me cry, like, especially when like My Heart Goes On will play. Like, I literally cry like a baby. So.
Wow.
That's my
Cree, that is
favorite.
fantastic.
You, absolutely.
You guys have anything you think?
I have to go back to the Titanic comment because you say it makes you cry, but it's your favorite. Like, why would you put yourself through that
Because
trauma?
I feel like it gives me hope of a love, even though they only knew each other for like 2 days.
and
it
even
gives
though
me
one of them
hope.
dies.
And one of them dies, even though he could have easily gotten on the board. I would have had my boo get on the board personally, but I mean it's so sweet, and I don't know. I think it's like a beautiful, like the way it was written and everything, and just like all the shots. So I think that's definitely my favorite movie.
Fantastic.
So you know, for me personally, you've been kind of sitting in and watching us do our show a little bit, and I just gotta know if you believe in conspiracy theories. Do you have a particular one that you like, or have you delved into the world of conspiracy theories ever?
I think the one that like really kind of scared me the most when I was like littler in like 2009 was the whole like Illuminati thing of like Beyonce and like
It's
Jay-Z
real.
and like the whole like that really scared me because I was like, am I being brainwashed because I like love Beyonce so much? Like, is it in my mind? I don't know. So that was like one thing that really scared me. I'm trying to think, are there any other conspiracies? I feel like that's the main one, like the Illuminati. I still think it's real. I feel like the government's gonna like kill me now that I just said it. But,
Well, you know, you bring up a very nice topic because I think I might have to do a little segment on the Illuminati
Yeah,
now,
and
and
music
because
industry.
it's definitely one thing that I don't know a lot about, but I know that they're really the ones running everything. So
Yep.
I'm
let's
scared.
keep an eye on that for a while. Huh?
if I come
So-
up missing, it's the government.
It's-
Well,
That's it.
Cree Chavez, thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining us on
Awesome.
Under the
Yeah,
Library.
Thank you very much, Cree.
We will definitely be checking you out on Daytime Duo. Do you want to plug any socials or anything like that?
You can always catch us at Daytime Duo on Facebook, Instagram. You can follow my personal Instagram, Creonce97.
Well,
Nice.
that's awesome.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Cree.
We'll
We
see
appreciate
you next time.
We will, and we will be back on Under the Library.
Well, we got contacted by 2 of our biggest fans, and we have John Q to the rescue. He's going to let you know a little bit about some parkour action happening around our cities and streets of Denver, Colorado.
All right, do we get something a little special for you guys today? Check this out. The Brinkley Brothers, Brad and Chad, have been straight tearing up the slimy streets with their funky, fresh freestyle form of some hardcore parkour. You may have seen them attempting to stick some mega huge moves with altitude and attitude at the 5280, and if not, we sent out our Kramer crew to check them out for a day. They moved out here to the Little D from all the way from Omaha, Nebraska. These acrobatic flippers are currently training for the big free time running competition, Art of Motion. Isn't that something wild? And check it out. Not only are they doing it here, but they're also training for it in Santiago de Compostela, Spain. So without further ado, here's the Brinkley Bros bustling out that fat 1080 double corked maneuvers and doing what they diggity do best. Rip up the streets with style. Hardcore parkour, man. Let's get out here and get them.
I don't like to call it parkour necessarily. I like to call it urban expression. It's an art form. It's an art form. What's up, family? My name's Brad Brinkley. This is my brother Chad.
Chad Brinkley.
Half brother. We don't have the same father. Not a big deal. So, for me, parkour is not really a hobby. It's a lifestyle. Growing up with my brother Chad over here has been one of the biggest blessings of my life. Getting to see him doing the double corks. He invented the frogger, like you'll see in this video. He froggered across 3. He broke the world record for frogger, and
It was 2.
the world record was 2, but now it's 3.
But yeah, we just gotta represent for the hometown Omaha. You know, we grew up in Omaha.
NE, dog, NE.
You know, it was hard having different dads.
We call it Braska. We just say Braska.
Braska. But yeah, our single mom didn't really have the finances to provide, you know, roller blades or skateboards or BMX style bicycles. So that's where parkour really came in for us, because we had shoes
For sure.
and we had talent,
For sure.
but we just had to go out in the street and execute.
No doubt.
But once we hit the street, everybody stopped and started watching. Be careful, bro. You got this.
Fumbling his confidence and wondering why the world has passed him by. Hoping that he's bent for more than arguments and failed attempts to fly. We were meant to live for so much more, but we lost ourselves somewhere we live inside.
Somebody didn't know what parkour was, and I had to explain it. This is like a building. These are
Right.
buildings, and then
Right.
those are my legs. I'm running,
Yeah.
and then I do flips.
Yeah.
Also twists. I do twists, and then I land. I like to call it landing souls. Is when you land straight on your feet, and then you just tuck it in and you walk away, man. And it's one of the best feelings I've ever felt.
Brad's not really that good with words, so I'll try to break it down for you guys. Basically, what's happening here, this is an extreme sport performed without any...
Jason, what's up?
Yo, yo, yo! This is performed without any additional specialized sporting equipment. A lot of sports require additional equipment. You've got skis for skiing, snowboards for snowboarding. We don't require anything except for our own initiative and, of course, a decent pair of Vans. Shout out to Vans, my #1 sponsor.
Yeah, it's what
Fully
parkour
committed.
is all about. It's the battle out here in the streets.
I believe in you.
It's the battle.
You can commit.
I like to do 10-second intervals of meditation, bringing my arms up and out, followed by 3 strong puffs of a vape. And then you release all the bad, you expel all the bad energy out of yourself,
Yeah.
and you feel one with the earth.
Yeah.
When I'm in the street, I'm not thinking. My mind is. I'm not thinking about anything.
clear.
It's clear.
Yeah.
I'm busting trays. I'm busting double cork gainer backflips. I'm just letting loose. You know, I'm living life. And that's what it's all about.
Ow, ow, ow. Oh, it's so hard.
About providence and whether mice and men have second tries.
Wow, those were some cool dudes.
Okay.
Serious moves. Huh?
Real quick. Team Chad or Team Brad?
Brad all the way.
Chad all the way.
See, I'm on Chad too. What's up? What do you
2-1.
guys think?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm the underdog. It's gonna be Brad. Brad is the coolest
You know,
of the brothers.
I was just really sold on the whole vaping aspect of it. I think it really ties in well with the whole parkour scene
Yeah.
overall, you know.
You got to
Yeah.
keep those lungs ready.
You have to.
These guys were flipping all over town, doing magic.
It's madness.
Yeah, that's
Some
it's good to have them
talent.
on our team.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'll say on that one.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I tell you what, this has been a heck of a show. I'm actually glad we ended with Brad and Chad. That was pretty sweet.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you to everyone who helped us out, obviously, everyone watching. This has been quite the experience, of course.
Absolutely. Thank you for watching, everybody out there. And on behalf of Dale and Gavin, make sure to check out our local Facebook and Instagrams. And
Go Sports!